Well, now we know why Black Noir doesn't like Almond Joy. He's allergic to
these nuts. Ha! Got him!
Who would have ever thought the baddest Batman-like character in the group is allergic to nuts? Anything with peanut in it will take him down immediately. He becomes like a slivering little puppy that is starving for its mother's teat.
You're allergic to peanut. Why
Yeah,
so
man.
weak?
Now, I haven't read the comics for the boys, but I do know of the twist with Black Noir in the comics. It's a big spoiler if you plan on reading the comics. If you don't, you know you're not gonna really read it anytime soon, or it's gonna be so long till you read it to the point where you're gonna forget it anyway, then stick around. But apparently, Black Noir was supposed to be Homelander's clone. They seem to be playing it up in the show because it seems as though Black Noir is the only person that Homelander likes. Maybe it's because he's honest about who he is, and well, he probably is one of the only supes that can stand up to Homelander. But we saw his face, and it is the same character that has been playing him that has been revealed. Sometimes they'll do that, especially like in the old days. They'll have someone that does all the stunts or someone who just wears the costume who's not an actor or not as good as an actor, and then have the actual actor come in later. But nope, it's the same guy. Makes sense, granted that Noir doesn't have to really speak that much, but as they pulled over his mask, it was revealed that is in fact the guy playing him. Obviously, he's black, so he can't be Homelander's clone, as your clone will look identical to you. So who is Black Noir? Well, I have a theory. I may be wrong, but it sounds stupid. Gus Fring, or the guy who, I really have to stop doing that, the CEO of Vought, the head guy. You know who I'm talking about. The black guy who plays Gus Fring in Breaking Bad. The one who Homelander stepped up to and was like, yeah, well, the one who was like, yeah, you know what you're talking about, get the frick away from me. The one who also gave orders to Black Noir when Black Noir was about to kill Butcher. Yeah, that guy. It is possible that Black Noir is related to him. Otherwise, why would Black Noir listen to that guy? He seems to be going around doing that guy's bidding. It's either he's a brother or possibly his son, as this Gus Fring character does look to be a lot older. Or in other fashion, it might not be a clone of Homelander, it could be a clone of him. Otherwise, they could throw us for a loop and it's some totally random person. I know everyone's probably gonna be like, you just said that because he's black and, you know, the CEO guy's black too. Yeah. I mean, in the comics, the guy was a clone to Homelander. So, the next place from there is to make him a clone to someone else. He's definitely not built like A-Train. Why would he even be a clone to A-Train in the first place? That wouldn't make sense. It would make more sense for him to be a clone of the CEO, the guy who claims to have more power over Homelander, or his son, someone directly related to him. I think it might be a clone, but the guy's also built up a lot more. But that makes sense because, of course, if you make a clone of yourself and that clone is constantly beating ass and taking names and working out, it's gonna look like the Chuck Norris version of you. So this makes things very interesting. I don't think that Black Noir is dead. If he is dead, Jesus, show is really unexpected and is so much like Game of Thrones before it's sold out. Because, you know, Stormfront has a lot of racial prejudice for people that don't look like her. So she finds out that Black Noir, when they go to help him out or whatever, find out that, oh, really? This guy is dark-skinned? The blasphemy. She might not be okay with it. It's possible. She doesn't know what Black Noir looks like. However, being that she is a head over Vought and everything, this broad may know a lot more than she's letting on. Can you imagine if they got Black Noir on their side because he had some injustice done to him and he's like, screw these guys, and he started working with Butcher and them, and then they use him as like this tank, this juggernaut to go ahead on the front lines, and he goes up ready to beam Homelander, like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass to a pulp, and Homelander's like, oh, whatever, and just blasts him, and that's the end of Black Noir. We had all this build up for no reason just to see Homelander turn him into literal ash. That would be amazing. It also makes sense from the way that they are pushing this narrative with the show, because we know that Stormfront is colorist. I'd rather call it colorist because, you know, pretty sure if she sees some German or Polish person who happens to be white of skin, she's not gonna have a problem with them because they're the same color as her. So we'll just call it colorist. It makes sense that the actor's black, so the end of the show can be really heralded because Black Noir, as the black dude, can beat her ass. See where I'm going with this. This might not be the case, but I could totally see them pulling one of those. Honestly, ordinarily, it wouldn't matter what the hell the color of the person is, but since, of course, Stormfront is a Nazi and she has made it very clear she does not like people outside a certain look, that's going to be one of the major points of some superhero or some person wanting to overthrow her. I think Kimiko should get the kill, but she probably won't, because let's face it, Kimiko can't. What they need to do is find out what the weaknesses are of these freaking soups, dude. It's worse than the DC and Marvel eras, because at least there's weaknesses with each of those guys. With these guys, there's no weakness, except for A-Train. He gave himself a weakness, and Deep, of course, his weakness was, you know, puss. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how they're going to spin this because they are wavering away from the comics, which is always fun because then people can't be like, just read the comics. Yeah, okay, you read the comics. This is a completely different show now, different universe. Who do you think that Black Noir is, and what do you think his role is going to be? I'm gonna laugh so hard if we find out that he's actually dead. Like the invisible guy's like, no. There is no story for Black Noir. He's gone. He's passed into the Black Nether. He ain't coming back. He got taken out by frickin' Almond Joy.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
Go ahead, subvert our expectations all the way to the outside of the solar system. I actually look forward to it. At this point, I want to be surprised. I don't want to see the same narrative that's being pushed in every single movie and TV show right now. I want to be pleasantly surprised, which is why I like Raised by Wolves. If you guys don't know what Raised by Wolves is, you like sci-fi and Ridley Scott, the dude who created the Alien franchise. We have so many videos on that because that is officially our favorite show because it subverts expectations the right way. And it is not clear who is the good guy and who is the bad guy with the individuals in that show. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. This has been Ultiori. You ask, we answer.